This gate ain't gonna open itself, Dad. He said, yeah, I'm on the phone. Now I'm on the camera. We got a great video for you today. It's a little windy, but you know what's coming. You saw the thumbnail. It's gonna be a good time. Where the big machine comes. Yesterday we had about 3 calves. Nothing so far today. But here's a little update on the twins. One was a bull. He's, of course, small because he was a twin. And here's the little heifer. So far the mom is accepting both. Well, that's not good. Uh-oh. Be a bolt on the back side of that, but it looks like it fell down the door. We got problems. I didn't do it. Well, the shock absorber
is nut gone?
The nut fell down the door, it seems like. We gotta trade it. So we got a cow in here that calved out in the cornfield about 2 days ago. She was with her calf last night, but now she's being pretty frantic, acting like she can't find it. So we're forming a search party on 4-wheelers, on horseback, and gonna try to find this thing. And after we find this thing and we get out of the wind, I got a story for you. It's wild. I got you. Okay. Bye. Holy smokes. Got a lot of, he's pretty feisty. Got a lot of gumption in him. And I know you're here for the brush cutter that's coming. It'll be here in like 30 minutes. We got other farm stuff to do. Sorry about it. If you want, just skip ahead and get to the action. Now all of a sudden we got one new pair right there and one way out there. Line 33.
Oh, that's your girl.
That's my best friend, if you guys didn't know.
Well, should we?
Looks like it's sucked on the front. We just got up with the bulls last week, but now the heifers are once again pulling away. 2 more right there.
48 heifers.
48 heifers.
42 bulls.
That puts our total at 90 calves. Is that cause for celebration?
No, we gotta wait for the hundo and then we'll have a shot of Pendleton.
Pendleton, Shotsky.
I can't remember a year I haven't had 100 by before April 1st, so.
The machine is about 10 miles down the road, be here any minute. So I mentioned I was going to tell you a little story. This isn't the one Dad wanted to tell because he forgot it, and I don't remember what it is either. But 2 days ago, we went to drop off some pairs at the pasture we're going to, and one of the calves just booked it. He was like, nah, I'm going to Minnesota where there's no sales tax. And so he hopped through a fence and went down a ditch, went in another ditch, hopped through a neighbor's fence. So he started going. So Dad and I started following.
And all we had
was a pickup and a livestock trailer and 4 legs.
I was the pickup and livestock trailer. He was the legs.
And so we're going, we crawl through the fence of the neighbor's field, get in there, it's coming right towards us. And then we get in. Oh wait, I missed this part. He was booking at kitty corner, and I was like open field tackling, and I'm going, and I'm going, and I'm going, I'm getting close, and then he started speeding up again, so then we had to get back in the pickup, drive down. But then he was coming right for us, get up.
And Cole has sweat beads on his nose, and he's panting really hard.
Yeah, it didn't take long.
But I was okay yet. Go ahead.
And so he kept going, we almost got him, went back through the fence, started heading north through another neighbor's field. And so we're chasing after him, we're getting after him, and we just couldn't get him.
I made like a a U out of the pickup and trailer, and we had him right there, and you went around the backside. Just missed him there.
Just missed him. And so he started heading east again. And by this time, we're about a half mile away from where we originally started. And I'm running and getting tired and watching for holes because I don't want to blow out my knee again. And then he went down a ditch, up another ditch, into the next neighbor's field.
And the ditch was full of cattails, so we thought maybe it'd hold it.
It slowed him down. I didn't see him for about 20 seconds. I'm like, he laid down, he's tired. He's a 5-day-old calf. He just ran 3/4 of a mile. But he kept going. And so then we started chasing him some more. Up in the next field, we're spinning around him with the trailer. And Dad says, go get him, run around the backside of the trailer. So I'm going, and I'm like, okay, timing is important here. Either I go too early, he sees me, he takes off running. I go too late, he runs by me, I don't get to him. So what I did was I went too early, and he booked it. And I'm like slow motion, dive, got the calf's leg.
I couldn't believe he caught one leg and he hung on.
And all I could hear in my head was dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun, because it made the replay section of the video.
Well, I grabbed the calf and Cole yells at me, put it in the trailer. Well, no, I thought I'd release it into the wild one more time, Cole, but good idea.
I just ran about a half mile.
Yeah, he did.
That's my story,
He
and
was
I'm
a
sticking
little
to
intense.
it. Like camping.
No, not at all.
So we're here with Matt. He's from, where are you from?
Diamond Mowers.
Diamond Mowers. And he's going to give you a little spiel about this, and I need to learn about it a little bit too. So here we go.
All right, thanks, Cole. So what we've got here is we've got our 48-inch disc mulcher. This is a skid steer attachment. It's sized to go on pretty much any machine out there, whether you've got standard flow or high flow, right? It'll match up to just about any machine out there as long as you've got a front windshield. We've got to keep those operators safe. And so what this is designed to do is to cut and mulch trees, brush, that sort of thing. So later today we're going to be doing a little bit of shelter belt reclamation, right? Cleaning up some of that undergrowth that we don't necessarily want. And that's a perfect application for a piece of equipment like this. So let's walk around it for a quick second here and talk about what everything does. Underneath that hydraulic motor is what we call our spindle. Yeah, get right in there. So what's in there? It's actually super simple. It's just a big old steel shaft with a bearing on the top and the bottom. So it's kind of the heart and soul of this whole thing. You can imagine that as this big disc is spinning and we're grinding away on trees, that the forces and the stresses that go into that spindle are pretty significant, right? So there's a fair bit of engineering that's gone into that piece. And we've done everything we can to make it super strong, super simple. Runs in an oil bath, so there's no maintenance to it, right? Just change oil once a year. As we continue to work our way around, when we're cutting with this thing, the wheel is going to be spinning this way. So there's really two different halves to this product. Over here is what we call the exhaust side. So this is where the mulch is going to come out. If we want to use it like a hot saw and just cut a tree over without mulching it, this is where we're going to do that work. Over on the left side, or on the right side, right, for the operator, left and right. Over on the right side of the machine, this is the mulching side, and we call this area the throat. The way that this works is as these teeth come around, the teeth on the top side of the disc are going to catch that brush and catch those trees. And they're going to suck them into that throat. And it's a little bit tough to see, but back inside of there's teeth that are facing back the other way. So as these teeth come through, the stationary teeth and the rotating teeth pull the trees and the brush apart like that, and then that mulch is going to come around and get spit out of the bottom side. On the bottom side of the disc, we also have more teeth. So if we need to wrestle with a tree that's a little bit too big to fit in that throat, we can do what we call a top grind, just top down on that tree using these bottom teeth to create the mulch. You got any questions?
What drew me over here is I heard you say if you want to cut a tree down.
Yep.
So if you got one, which side do you use that on?
Yep, you'd use this side. Cut a tree on this side,
yep.
These top teeth are going to want to pull it
Yep.
in, right? So if all you want to do is cut that tree off, taking the place of a chainsaw, you're going to come over here. That way as you complete the cut, the teeth are going to want to push the tree away from you.
I like that idea.
And then we've got a push bar here to make sure that that tree goes where we want.
One thing I want to point out, I'm pretty excited about. Right here it says made in the USA, but kind of one step further, this was made an hour and a half from here in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. So they're very local. Pretty excited that we were able to get this put together and get it out on our farm and use it today.
That's right.
One really important thing before we get going, right here we got a bulletproof glass. Or
Yeah, polycarbonate. Yep. Yeah, so it's a 1/2-inch piece of polycarbonate, which is the same stuff they make bulletproof glass out of. So that's just tempered glass. You know, it's fine. It's great for most general purpose work, but it's not going to keep you safe. So it's really critical that we go ahead and take this tempered glass piece out, and we're going to replace it with this piece of 1/2-inch polycarbonate. We do have these things available, right? Keeping those operators safe is the most important thing we're going to do any given day.
Thanks for bringing it out. Gonna have a lot of fun. Next couple videos we'll have that machine running. Do a little bit more later today. Hopefully the wind goes down. But thanks for coming out, Matt.
Yeah, awesome. Thanks, Cole. Appreciate it.
I'm so excited. That was the coolest thing I've ever ran. And we're gonna go do some more. Just checking on the cows real quick because, you know, gotta make sure everything's calving all right. Let's blow some trees up. It's not safe for a little camera like you to be out there. Now it is dry and windy, so a fire would be pretty dang bad. You know, if I hit a rock it'd make a spark, but I do have a fire extinguisher with me right now. Safety first. It looks like a different piece of land, don't it? There are still some of the smaller stuff. I'm not too worried about it, plus I'm not quite acclimated to it. There's a few strategies you gotta get good at, but it is just night and day difference. It is so clear out here. I got all this done, like an entire acre. Took about 45 minutes, and I actually started doing some more of that stuff over there. So it's Friday right now, it's 2 o'clock. We're low on hydraulic fluid in this thing, and I didn't want to run low and it be the weekend. I'm gonna hop in my pickup, drive to Huron, and get some, in addition to some fluid, you know, that bolt came off or whatever happened, so we're gonna run to the John Deere in Huron as well and see if they can hook us up. Then I will get back home and we're gonna blow up some more wood. These guys are on a bit different level than they got 2 excavators. They got, look at this excavator right there, and then they got a little mini one over here taking out giant tree belt over here. It is thirsty. Yell loud when that starts filling. There we go. Used a lot more than I was thinking it would. This stuff, you know, you think gas is expensive. This was over $20 a gallon. Cost me 60 bucks, 64 bucks, and 2.5 gallon jug. What do you say we get back to it? So earlier today, we worked down there. We got that all cleaned up. I want to head back to this corner. You'll see why it's horrible. But if you see right here, this is what I did last year. I picked up a lot of these trees and threw them in here. But what you can tell about these trees is they're big suckers. Pretty easy to grab onto with an attachment with a bucket and a grapple. Some of these would be pretty hard to chew through with that machine. But when it comes to these small twigs that I'm kind of taking care of now, stuff like this can be a little more difficult to pick up with a grapple. Get back behind my little windbreak. Now that's the nice thing about pilot trees is you can use it as a windbreak for your cattle. But what sucks about picking them up and throwing them in a pile is you got to go out, grab it, drive all the way back here and dump it. Whereas obviously with this thing, I mean, I don't need to explain it to you. You're not dumb. You drive up to it, explode the thing, and you're done with it. Enough talky. Let's do the worky. Quite a mess out here. I think we got a flat. We definitely got a flat. I aired that up before I came out here. That's a bummer. I was gonna do this all day tomorrow too. On the bright side is Dad and I are part owners of a farm store that fixes tires. The problem is I don't think Dad wants to fix a tire too bad. But look at this. Look at this. I can certainly live with this being the biggest thing left out here. You can actually see the ground now. Well, we'll drive up to the front and that'll, I suppose, be the day. The rim doesn't look bent, so that's nice. I guess tomorrow might have to just tube it. Look at you, you fixed stuff.
Sure did.
Well, you fixed stuff and I broke stuff. Yeah. Yeah, that don't shut good.
I'm losing.
I guess that's it for today. I've been sitting in that Bobcat for hours and I'm pretty sore. But we got some trees cleaned up. Hopefully gonna do some more tomorrow and the next day and the next day and the next day.
Isn't that funny how when you spend hours in the tractor or a skid loader that then you're sore instead of like picking up sticks all day?
Well, do you remember the story of me chasing a calf a half mile? I'm still a little sore from that.
But I did the same thing that day. I did a bunch of fertilizer or whatever. I came out of there sore.
All right. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Have a good one.